Stop buying leads. Stop manually searching around to try and gather painstakingly leads from all across different sources. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how I automate this using a free AI tool to go out and gather hundreds of leads for me with a single click. I'm talking about real businesses with decision makers, email, phone, location, website, all of the details you need, or your sales team or business clients need to go out and get more business, make more money. By the end of this video, you're going to be able to build your own software application that scrapes the web, finds the money, and organizes it for you in less than 5 minutes. Most people are using ChatGPT to write emails, and that's thinking small. We're going to use Google AI Studio, which is an absolute beast of a platform. It lets you access all the Gemini models, but here's a killer feature you might not be using yet, the build function. This lets us create a standalone application that can do almost anything you can think of. Today, we're imagining a money printing machine. But here's the thing, simply asking the AI to find some leads is going to get you garbage data. And we want to structure the command in a very specific way to get the decision maker's personal info and to make sure that all of the businesses that it's bringing back to you are legit. Here's the exact prompt structure I use. So open Google AI Studio and click on Build. And here you'll see you can change the model. Currently it's by default set to Gemini 3 Flash Preview. It's probably fine for most apps you want to build, but I like to often just change that to Gemini 3 Pro Preview. So we've got the best possible model available to do our coding for us. Then we really just need to describe our idea. We need to be precise. We aren't writing code, we're giving orders. I tell AI Studio, build an AI scraping tool. But then I add the constraints that make this valuable. So I want it to have a text box where I can enter in the particular avatar that I want to go after. So roofing companies in Texas or whatever it might be on the day. Then I list the data that I'm after. So I want the business name, I want the website, I want their location, I want the key decision maker, I want their email and phone. If those are not available, then I just want the business's email and phone. So at least I can make contact with them and they can put me in contact with the decision maker. And I'm also going to want to be able to select how many leads that I'm wanting it to gather. So, 10, 20, 50, 100, 500, whatever it is. Now, having the data is great, but if it's stuck inside an app, it's kind of useless. I'm going to show you one vital feature you really need to add to a tool like this to actually make use of this data. But for now, let's hit build and see what happens. Okay, I think we're good. It's come back with the app that I asked for. I had a couple of issues with it just not having a nice interface, so I tweaked it a bit. And also, it was taking far too long to scrape the leads. So I just went back to it and said, look, start over. I want you to scrape these leads much faster. So now I think we're definitely much better than we were. So if I go roofing companies in Texas, just do 5 leads to just show you it in action. So it goes off, it finds all of the leads initially, gets all of the businesses, where they're located and their website. And then what I've done is I've just added a secondary function to go through and add all of the email addresses across the leads that it's captured, which we can run now. And then I've also got the option, if we're wanting it, to go ahead and get decision makers. Obviously with something like this, whatever additional info you're capturing, it's going to take additional time. Depending on your use case, you might only want it to capture a certain type of information, which is most useful for your team or your client's team to go out and get this business. That's the beauty of creating these apps. Like, you can just have it do exactly what it is that you're wanting. We see there it's now got the emails for those ones, we'll get the decision makers. Obviously, sometimes these processes can take a little while, but of course, it's just an app running in a browser tab. So you can literally set it to 500 leads, go, you can switch tabs, continue working on whatever it is you're getting done to actually make some money for your business or your client, and then come back to it and you've got all of the info. So we can see here now we've got our little sample of leads. We've got a website for each, a contact phone number, email address, the decision maker's name. And of course, one of the other details we can have the app do is to go and get all of the contact details for the decision maker as well. It, again, just adds some additional time that the app takes to go and fetch these details. But just being able to make these incremental changes to your app to do literally anything you're wanting is just really powerful. Remember that useless stuck data trap that I mentioned earlier? That's something you're going to want to be able to do with your app, right? You're going to be able to use all of this data in a way that you or your team or your client finds most useful. So at the moment, we've just added on an export function so we can export out to CSV, but I could just as easily say to the app, set this up to export in a way that I can copy out to a Google Sheet. Whatever it is, whatever format that we're wanting, we can get. Ultimately, it's not the leads that I'm interested in, it's the value and being able to get more money for my business and for my clients' businesses. So that's really what it comes down to. You're wanting to not only build useful tools, but ones most crucially that can actually earn you money. Okay, so now thanks to your app, you've got a giant list of targeted businesses. So you've got three options. You could hand that list off to your sales team to reach out to them or handle them yourself. You could sell them to businesses who are hungry for more leads to go after. You could automate the outreach to these businesses and really maximize what you're able to do with AI automation and things. And as luck would have it, I'm actually going to break down the exact process to build an automated AI outreach sequence in one of my next videos. So subscribe to make sure you're not going to miss out. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.